YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be focusing on the RayNeo X3 Pros. These are the international version. I actually won them in a competition that the RayNeo team was hosting on the Discord. So if you're interested in something like that, definitely jump into the Discord. I'll put a link in the description of the comments section. But today's video, we're going to be talking about sideloading third-party applications onto these glasses, because while they are awesome and do have some really cool functionality, it feels like they're a bit limited in their application choices, because you typically have your navigation, you get your notifications, you can take some pictures and talk to some AI. And that's about it. Not to say that that's bad. I mean, I think they're pretty awesome still as they are, but we can always enhance them and add some more functionality to it. And there are a few steps that are a little trickier than with my X2s that I had. If you've seen that video, or if you have those glasses, there's definitely a video for that on the channel. But for now, we're going to roll that intro and we'll jump right into getting the ADB set up and getting some third-party applications installed. My name is Connor. We appreciate you watching, and this is where the informal tech reviews live. Okay, let's jump straight into the tutorial, and what you'll need to do is head over to this developer.android.com and pull down the ADB package. You may already have it installed, so this could be something that you're skipping, but for me, I had to go and download it because I recently reset my computer. So I'll put the links in the description in the comments section, but if you go here, you'll just pick the platform that you're on and download the package. It's going to be a zip file, and once you extract that, then you'll be able to see right here, you've got the platform tools. From there, what I did is I took platform tools. I just took this whole folder and I dropped it in my C drive at the base, right? And so platform tools. And from there, you're going to hit your Windows key and search environment variables, because you need to add it to path. You'll see this kind of window pop up, and you'll click environment variables and you'll look for path right here. And then you just click new. You'll add a new one and you'll put C drive /platform tools, and that will make it so your PowerShell can see the ADB command when you run it. Now, once you're there and you have all that, you'll want to close any PowerShell that you had and then reopen it, and you can just test it. You can go ahead and hit ADB, and if you see an error here that says ADB is not a thing, then you know it's not working, and you'll have to reevaluate your environment variables, make sure that it's pointing to the platform folder. But you can see mine did pop up. And so from there, what you need to do is actually head into the glasses and turn on ADB mode. It does not come on by default. So it's something that you have to go in and turn on. Now I'll put a snippet of that video in here.
Okay, so to activate ADB on your glasses, you're going to go ahead and navigate to settings. From there, you have to go to general. And when you're here, you'll see you have your normal settings, but the wall going this way, you have to swipe against it 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then you can see there's some letters up there and ADB. I probably just turned my ADB mode off because I already had it on, so I'm going to do it again and just make sure that it's on. And from there, you hook up to your computer and you continue with the rest of the steps.
You're back from turning on ADB mode in the glasses. You'll actually have to this step may be passable for you. So what I would recommend doing is heading into your PowerShell and search ADB devices -L, and that will list any devices that you have that are popping up in there, and you can see my Pixel is now popping up in there, but my RayNeos are not, and that's because it's not connected. But from there, if you are connected and your RayNeos are not popping up still, you'll have to run this solution. I was able to find a page where it talks about the X3 Pro's ADB not being recognized. Looks like this is from July, so most likely was encountered on the Chinese version, but it did work for me. And so you have to download this exe, Zadig -2.8, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to downgrade the ADB interface. The drivers are too new on Windows 11, and so it's going to downgrade those. I hope this is not always a step, so if yours did pop up, it's worth a check. If yours did pop up right away, then you can ignore this, but I was not able to ignore it, and so what we'll do here is we'll plug in my glasses, and then I will open that application. This is what it'll look like when you first open it. It'll be blank like this, and so then you click options, list all devices, and for me it goes to ADB interface right away. But there's going to be a big old list of devices in here, and you may need to select ADB interface. Now, if you do see the RayNeo X3 Pros, that means your ADB mode is not on, and so you'll have to go back, watch that video, hit the wall 10 times, and get it to turn on. I did need to reboot it, tried a couple times to get it to work, but it did end up popping up as ADB interface after following all the steps. And from there, you'll see it has reinstall driver, or you can click install driver. And what you'll want to do is hit this little arrow, click install driver, make sure this says replace driver, and then you click replace driver. Once it's done, it should go from like V10 or 11 down to V6. And from there, I was able to see my device in the ADB commands. So you'll see I'll do ADB list again. And now I can see the RayNeo X3 Pros. Now from there, that's where we're caught up. I haven't done anything past there, so we're going to kind of figure this out together. But first thing I'm going to do is decide on the path that I want to take for installing my APKs. Now, if you have an APK manager that you like to go to, or you just want to install APKs directly, you can do that using the ADB. But I think for this video, what I'm going to end up doing is, oh, you can't actually see that there. Now you can see it. Okay, so my preferred method for installing this time is going to be using SideQuest. Now, I've done something different in the past where I just download the APKs and do it that way, which is totally doable if you want to go that route. But I think SideQuest makes it just a little more simple and straightforward. And so I think more users would probably gravitate towards this. And so that's what I'm going to show this time. So now you'll head over to sidequestvr.com/download. And from there, once you download it, I recommend doing the desktop one, because with the desktop one, when you have the device connected, you can do easy installs, uninstalls. There is one that you can put directly on the glasses, and I did experiment with that. It's simple, and once you get it on and connected, it looks like it works, but the applications that are available for you to choose from are pretty limited, and you can't install any APKs that you choose to download. And so I'm going to go ahead and download this, and then I'll run it, and ready to go. Now you can see right away it's looking at my Google, but I need to switch it over to the RayNeo, and let me log in. Okay, and from here, you can do this button to install APKs from your computer, and you can manage what's already on the headset, the files. You can look at currently installed apps, and so I actually have my app already installed, the SideQuest one, and so this will be good to show how you can uninstall it. And I don't want the one that goes directly onto the headset, and so what I'm going to do is just uninstall the app. And basically what this is doing is it's sort of automating a lot of those ADB functions that would normally be in there that you would have to do manually. Now I should be able to look and see if SideQuest is there, and it is gone. And so probably want to hide the system apps. I don't know how much that's going to work because this is not like a typical Android device, but I wouldn't mess with any apps that are already on there, right? Now that I have the APK installer available, I can go ahead and choose an APK to install, get the Moonlight APK, and then we have the APK. And so from there, I head over to SideQuest, I click this button at the top, install APK, and boom, app non-root APK. It's installing, it was installed, okay. Tasks are completed. And that's basically it. It's installed, it's ready to go. Now, if you want to see some more information on how to get other APKs, you can definitely go to my other RayNeo X2 video. If you want to do that, you can skip this part, but I am going to go through just a couple of things. So we've seen how to install APKs from your device. Now let's look at doing APKs from on the actual glasses. Now, what I would recommend is downloading F-Droid. So we're going to go ahead and pull down the APK here and then head over to SideQuest. And you can just do it the same way we did for the Moonlight one, and boom, it's installed. Okay, now from there, what I'll do is I'll have to close SideQuest, and to make it easier, I will unplug my Pixel camera and go ahead and launch screen copy. And you can see the glasses and what they're seeing right now. And so from here with screen copy, you can move around, and the apps that you install via the APK installer go into App Lab. And you can see right away that I have Moonlight, and then there's also F-Droid. And so F-Droid is going to be in here. Make sure your Wi-Fi is on and working. So that should have been good, but looks like it was disabled probably when we were connected via ADB. So let's go into Settings, under General, Network Setup, and the network has been connected successfully. Okay, and try that one more time. Now, what's cool with this one is these third-party apps on the X2 required you to use the ring that came with them. But with the new version of the X3 Pros, it actually defaults to a touchpad interface. Now you can't see this, but I'm actually moving my phone around. But I'm able to move my phone around to actually control the pointer, and then I can use my touchpad to click. And so I can go browse by category, and you can see that right now it's updating the repositories.
Okay, so I did want to just quickly show you how it works from the application because it does let me use the screen recording. Now, I acknowledge that the audio quality is not super great in these recordings, so definitely, RayNeo, if you're listening, that's something that needs tightened up. But if you look, you can see that I'm moving my phone to move the cursor around, and then I can use the device itself to sort of do a swipe motion for scrolling. And so if I wanted to, I don't know, download this random app, I can click it and then click it here, and it's immediately going to install it.
Now, something that I ran into when trying to install from F-Droid was that it needed to get the permissions to allow third-party application installation, and it wouldn't actually let me do that. And so what I'm going to try is a workaround by downloading the stable APK of Nova Launcher and installing that via SideQuest onto the glasses. And so let's give that a shot and see if it helps out. Now, the APK is here. Boop, it installed okay. And now let's open up screen copy and see if we can't get Nova Launcher doing the network issue again. So that's something to keep in mind whenever you do ADB things, is you need to make sure that your network gets set back up, and you do have to have network going in order to be able to use these third-party apps. Now we're connected successfully. App Lab, Nova Launcher, gonna skip setup. So I was able to get in here. Now this workaround may require screen copy because it looks like it's a single screen versus if you were trying to look at this in your device, it probably would not be happy about it. But what I need to do is come into apps, go to F-Droid, and I need to give it permissions to install unknown apps. Oop. Okay, so now it's allowed to install unknown apps, and we can go back out and try that. So I'm just going to grab a random one. Now you may need to update your repositories to be able to point to different repositories to get better applications in here, but I'm just going to grab whatever this random one is right here by MLM Games. Okay, I guess be careful what you download, but I'm going to just try it and make sure that it's installable. And it looks like it did install it. And so you can see that is how you enable third-party app installation privileges and other permissions as well. So I guess we can take a second and just go look and see what else is in here. Head back into Nova Launcher. I'm going to swipe down with the phone, and from there I kind of take over with the keyboard. Okay, let's see what other kind of settings I have access to in here. I can come into About, can hit build number a bunch, turn on developer mode. So now I have developer mode on. So I can see my developer options. And you can make all your changes in here that you might normally do. So USB debugging is on. Looks like I can turn on Wi-Fi debugging, which would be nice. I'm going to turn that on. I can see my refresh rate. So it looks like it's 60. Some Bluetooth audio codecs. There we go. Window animation scale. I'm going to lower my animations. I don't think I'll turn them off just because it might be a little too small then. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes total storage connected to my actual Wi-Fi. Now, I'm also going to head back out and try out Moonlight. Now, okay, you can see that it's detected my computer and it wants me to enter the PIN in. Okay, and then I need to add the PIN. And it's working. So the resolution is going to be crazy on these, probably not in a good way. But now we can see that if I open up the phone, use the touchpad, I'm able to head into Steam. And so it's very small, probably not super playable this way, but I'll have to connect a Xbox controller to it and see how it plays. The screen is very small, so it's not super usable, I don't think. I wonder if there's going to be a way to adjust that, maybe in the settings for Moonlight. You can see where my cursor goes. I have all this space that's not being used. That's likely because it's looks like a 9:16 versus a 16:9, so it's only using the full width but not the full height. That's probably not something I can get around. But yeah, now we understand how to get the APKs. Now you can install using F-Droid, or you can go and use a different APK downloader, but SideQuest is the easiest way to put them on. If you want to use the APK commands, I'll drop some of those in the comments and description. But all right, that's how it works. That's how you get the APKs onto the RayNeo X3 Pros. You do have to be careful of what type of APK you use. As you saw with the Moonlight one, it wants to take full advantage of that width, and so it made the actual screen itself very small, but the F-Droid app filled it up. So it's definitely going to depend. If you put like a browser or something in there, that'll likely take up the whole thing. I do really like how the phone uses the actual motion of the phone as the pointer, and then you can use the trackpad to swipe and tap. So that's really cool. It's definitely something that I'm going to keep playing with. I want to get a good video player on there, but I'm imagining it'll have the same issue. Maybe it'll be good for watching shorts or Instagram reels or something. But I think using Netflix or YouTube or something is going to take advantage of that width, just like Moonlight, and have a very small screen. But I mean, we have full Android applications on my glasses, and so that's something to be excited about. Definitely look forward to playing with these a little bit more. Definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to stick around and see the full review of the RayNeo X3 Pros. That'll be coming out very soon. I wanted to get this one out, though, because I'm super excited about putting the side loading on there. This was definitely an informal look at getting side-loaded applications onto the X3 Pros, so definitely let me know in the comments how you guys feel about it, if you got set up, if you followed along, if it was a little bit difficult for you. I know I can jump around a little bit sometimes. That's the ADHD. But definitely hope you guys were able to get it set up, and I appreciate you sticking around. If you want to see some more awesome RayNeo content or X3 content or just cool tech content in general, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, it was useful for you, hit the like button. Definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate everybody for sticking around. Again, my name is Connor. This is where the informal tech reviews live. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.